Welcome to another BJJ Brick DVD review. Today we are reviewing high percentage submissions by 5-time black belt world champion Bernardo Faria. Okay, let's look at this DVD. First off, you gotta ask, what does it mean, high percentage submission? Is this the most popular submissions that are out there? Not really what this means. This means submissions that he has found to be low risk, something that it's unlikely to fail, and if it does fail, you're not in that bad of a spot. It's not going to totally dump you in a trouble area if your submission kind of falls apart. So that's kind of what that is, and those are great submissions to learn. We've all been doing a certain submission, maybe an armbar from guard, and you feel it, you know, like, I don't think this is going to work out. And when they actually defend the armbar, they pass your guard right away. You know, like that had a risk to it that maybe you should have been more aware of, or maybe done something different to your armbar. But these submissions are things that don't fail often, and when they do fail, you're not in a bad spot because of it. That's kind of what the goal is with these submissions that he has. You don't want to lose that position. So let's take a look at the menus and see what are on these DVDs. All right, the introduction to the DVD is very nice. It's brief, but he explains basically what I just did, that these are powerful submissions that shouldn't fail you, and if they do fail, you're not in a ton of trouble. So that's what he means by high percentage submissions. The rest of this first DVD is all stuff that you're going to do from on top. And that what's nice is, if you happen to lose that submission, he has ways to maintain top control. On the second DVD, you'll notice it is also a top-themed DVD. Some of these techniques require gi, and some you can pull off in no gi, but definitely this is aimed towards the gi player. Yet again, very dominant positions. You'll notice a lot from mount or high mount, those sort of things where you're in that great spot and you don't want to give it up, but you also want to try to finish the fight, something that Bernardo is definitely known for. Let's look at the third DVD, some stuff from mount, from back, when your opponent's trying to escape. Really tighten up your back control game. The weird one here, it looks like spread the chicken. What does that mean? That basically means you're on their back, they are belly down on the floor, and your feet are on their legs, and their feet are up in the air. So he kind of describes it as a chicken that is kind of cut open and being prepared. It kind of looks funny, but that's how it ends up when you end up in that great position on their back, and their belly's on the floor, and you have all that pressure. So he shows some stuff from there as well. So that's spread the chicken. That one might not seem so common of a name. With the first 3 DVDs down, I was beginning to think that this was only going to be attacks from the top. And actually, on the 4th DVD, he does introduce some attacks from the guard. Wrist lock from the guard, Bravo choke, armbar, some stuff from spider guard, some stuff like that. So there's some stuff for the guard player put in here, but definitely out of the 4 DVDs, maybe half of the 4th one is about the guard. So not a ton of stuff for the guard player. That just goes to show you that the high percentage stuff is a lot of times played from the top. One here, he shows a straight knee bar from the over-under pass. It's definitely one of his specialties. He's known for that. He's known for that pass anyway. And then as you're freaking out because Bernardo is doing the pass that he does to everybody on you, he hits you with the knee bar. And so that's one that I'm really glad he included in this set. The omoplata is one of my favorite techniques on here as well. Now that we have looked at the menus, you'll see that this is a top player's guide to getting high percentage submissions, with a little bit of stuff for the guard player, for sure thrown in there. But really at elite black belt level, you've got to be able to get top position. You've got to be able to get a dominant top position past the guard. And that's where you're going to find your submissions. And that's where Bernardo has found his. So whatever level you're on, these submissions aren't super elaborate or crazy complex. He does a great job of explaining them. So I think this is great for all levels. But you have to be able to get to the top game in order to play most of these out in your game. Now, some DVDs I've reviewed really focus in on 1 or 2 techniques or a big principle. This is a ton of techniques in here. And so in that respect, he doesn't get a chance to dive as deep into just a couple of them as you might think. But really, with the variety of technique, you'll find some stuff that probably matches up well to your game, and you need to watch that same chapter a couple of times to get the depth put into your game. So really a big part of getting a lot of this DVD is selecting the right techniques for you and working those, and then coming back and watching it again on that same chapter and picking up the details. Because you know, if he was there teaching you live, he would say, oh, tighten this up right here, or move your hips this way. And he's not going to be able to do that for you. So learn the techniques, watch it, and then go try it and train it. If it works, great. If it doesn't work, you have a little bit more learning to do. But even if it does work, come back and re-watch it and try to figure out what little areas Bernardo would be saying, hey, you know, fix this. This is the thing that will make it even tighter, because you want to be able to attack those belt levels or skill levels that are higher than the one you're at now. And these submissions are going to be great for that. This is good for anybody, really. Any belt level, there's nothing in here that is, I look at and like, ooh, that's pretty elite, very complex and crazy. It's all fairly simple. The details are great. It's definitely something that would be good for the serious competitor who's wanting to finish matches. Hobbyists could enjoy it as well, but you're going to have to figure out which parts of this are going to fit in your game. This DVD, all four of these total up to be about 2 hours and 46 minutes. Right now it's on BJJ Fanatics for $77. There'll be an affiliate link down below in the notes if you would like to check that out. I appreciate you watching the video. Hope it helped, and see if this is the right thing for you. I've got a bunch of other DVDs reviewed. Like the video and subscribe to the channel to check out all the other stuff we have going on. So thank you, my friends, and stay sweaty.